Alright guys, we're going to do the second round of my educational videos. Today I'm going to talk about the TRX strap, mainly just setup of it, exercises you guys can think of every possible thing you can, but I'm going to talk about the setup of it. I see a lot of clients doing things a little funky with it, and since I am one of the 3 people that took the class in it, I figured I'd kind of educate the company on some things that just, some ways to make the exercises go a little better and smoother for the clients. So, first thing I want to talk about is there's what we call sins of TRX. And most of them start with an S, and then there's, I think there's, what I got here, 4 sins, 4 main sins. 3 of them start with S, and 1 starts with an R. So the first one is slack. Okay, so I'm going to adjust my straps here. And the sin of slack is ever letting there not be tension on the straps. When I pull up, there should be tension. When I go down, there should be tension. It should never come up to this. Okay? There should never be any point in time when I'm doing an exercise, any exercise with it, that there is slack on the strap. It should always be tight. Okay? That way we're always staying with our muscles contracted. We're always holding ourselves up. We're always holding a nice tight core like we're working on with the TRX straps. So never allow there to be slack. Okay? The next one is, they call it posture, but also I think that's also part of the slack as well. So never let the butt sag out. Okay? Never pull it up too far. If I'm down doing a plank in it, I won't put my feet in. If I'm doing a plank in it, don't let the butt sag down. All of that good posture stuff that we want to avoid in normal exercises anyways, but also we want to avoid with the TRX. Okay? The next thing you want to avoid is sawing. Okay? Sawing with the TRX is when it's going back and forth. Okay? So if I'm here doing a push-up, I don't want to have it saw back and forth. If I have my feet in, down here with my feet in, I don't want it to go up and down either. Okay? It's sawing, and that's not really working on keeping the core nice and tight like it's supposed to, not keeping it tight through, and you're pushing too hard on one side than the other. So that's not doing the exercises properly. Okay? The next one is rubbing. This one comes into play a lot with like the chest press, like I was just doing here, is you don't want it to rub up and down the shoulders. Okay, up and down the arms, up and down the shoulders. It's pretty uncomfortable for the client. They're going to have a rash at the end, and also it's not getting the hands up into the proper position. It's not getting the body in the proper position. Okay, so it should not come in contact with my arm as I'm doing the push-up. Okay. From there, all right. So those are the sins. The next one I want to talk about is basically the adjustment of the TRX straps. So there are many different lengths of the TRX straps. Okay. The first one is long. Okay, all the way down, fully extended. There is only one group of exercises that use the long. That's any of the chest exercises. So push-ups, chest flies. Okay. Any of those exercises, any variation of a push-up is the only time that we use the straps in the fully adjusted or the long position. Everything else, it needs to be adjusted to the proper height. Okay, the reason why we want to get to the proper height is so that we can do the exercise properly. If we have it too long, sometimes we can't get into the full row, or we're getting way too far out there. We're not getting right into the position of the exercise, like we need to. The next length is the one that I see the biggest problem with. And that is the mid-calf length, okay? So what you do is you have the client stand next to it, and you adjust the foot cradles. That's what these bad boys at the bottom are called, the foot cradles, till it's about at the mid-length of the calf, okay? So mid-calf length, come all the way up to there, all right? So that allows us, when we get into the TRX, to be able to keep our feet off the ground and keep our body into the right position. So I'm going to go up into it. I'm going to show you what it looks like when I'm in the proper position. So when I'm in that proper position, my feet are in good alignment with my shoulders and the rest of my body. But if I have it adjusted to low, you'll see here that it's very hard for me to keep my feet, my toes up off the ground and to keep my hips in proper alignment. while I'm doing the exercise. So I'll show it with a simple TRX mountain climber. As you can see, my toes are barely coming up off the ground. So you need to really make sure that you get the toes into the proper alignment. And I see that a lot with in group classes and stuff like that. But the straps don't get adjusted for each person, basically. And if they get adjusted too far, so we get up past my mid-calf length, while that may seem like it's easier for the client, it does actually put them in a pretty funky alignment with the body. So we want to make sure that we get that mid-calf length right. We use the mid-calf leg any time that our feet are going to be hooked into the straps. So we're putting our heels in, our toes in, whatever it is. We also use it for a lot of the floor core exercises. Anything like a rollout, okay? Here on that mid-calf length, because that puts the hands at the right length there, okay? The next one we move up to is the mid-length. Okay? Mid-length is used for just about every upper body exercise except for the rows, and any lower body exercise where we're just holding on to the straps, using them for a little balance or for support. Okay? So like a beginner lunge, like I showed you in my first video. Okay? Any of the curls, triceps. Okay? Mid-length. Mid-length is probably used the most. Alright? And then we move up to short. Short is used for all of the rows. Any row that you're going to do with the strap, the short is used. Okay? That way, I'm getting out, I can get up to a nice, deep row. I can get all the way down here, I'm still up off the floor. Any other length, if I'm going to do mid-length, if I'm doing rows at mid-length, okay, if I want to get down here nice and deep, I can't. I'm actually laying on the floor. So that's why we like to use the short, or not like to, we should use the short for the rows, because it allows us to get deeper into that row and do it properly. And then the final one, which we don't use a whole lot, is over-shortened. So you pull it all the way up, and you pull the straps all the way up. And about the only thing I've ever used before is hanging pull-ups. So that's the end of that. I just wanted to kind of talk about the different lengths and everything, and make sure that everyone kind of understood what they are, what they're for, and the importance of them. So, any questions? Shoot me an email. I still have my textbook from the course, and it has all the different lengths for the appropriate exercises. And I can give that to you. I can let you borrow it. If you're at the downtown studio, it's in the book thing that we have, and if you're at the West Side studio, I can send it over there and let you guys borrow it. So let me know, and have a great day.